Good morning and welcome to day number 30 of the 2024 challenge. It's currently 8:18 a.m. So we're in the morning, just finished my workout and I did a shoulder and chest training today. So more shoulder workout with a little bit of chest focus at the end basically. Sipping on my matcha and I'm ready to start the day. Can you believe it's almost been 30 days? We've almost been a month into this. So I'm really excited and I'm really happy with the fact that I've already been uploading 30 of these videos. Very nice, very happy about that. So for my workout, what I did is I started off with the machine shoulder press. Again, I'm going to repeat this all the time, but I'm focusing on a really slow eccentric. So I'm lowering the weights very slowly and then pressing back up. From there on, I moved on to a machine side raise where I do the same thing. I move it up, I go as heavy as I can, and I really focus on slowing it down when I go back down. So that's what I do. 3 sets of about 10 reps for the side raises and 3 sets of 8 reps on the shoulder press. And from there on I moved on to face pulls, which I love. Face pulls are very good for shoulder health and general physical health in general, which is very important of course, because you got to be able to keep on training instead of just basically getting injured all the time. So I did 3 sets of about 15 reps on those to really focus on my rear delts because you can never grow those enough. And for shoulders, last but not least, I did some cable side raises, single arm, where I really focus on getting a good stretch on the side delt, and then I moved back up into the movement. That's what I did for shoulders. And for chest, I moved on to dips. I did 3 sets of about 12 reps where I have a short pause at the bottom and then I press back up. And last but not least, for my chest, I did then of course 2 sets till failure on the pec deck where I really focus on squeezing my chest and just pushing every last bit out of my chest that I still have. Then it's completely done. So overall this way, after the workout I was pretty drained, but now again I'm sipping on some matcha, so getting some caffeine in. And my body's feeling better already, but it is still kind of beat up from the workout, so that's good, because you gotta be beat up sometimes, just a little bit. That's what's kind of like part of the whole process when you go to work out, right? So it's part of the deal. For today, I have nothing too crazy planned, just have some clients that I need to train and basically some errands that I need to run, so nothing too specific. Go home, walk the dog, all these type of things, which is going to be very natural to me. Because for me personally, because of my schedule, I can very easily, more easily, basically plan myself free for like an hour, and then I go back and forth to my house real quick and walk my dog, because you got to make some sacrifices when you get a dog, because of course a dog is a big responsibility, and you got to walk them, take care of them, and all these type of things. And if you don't have the time to do so, then don't get a dog. Don't be a dickhead, buy a dog or get a dog, and then not make time to walk the dog, because it's part of the deal. You know that's going to happen. It's the same when you have children. You got to take care of those as well. So with your dog, it's exactly the same. Take the time to take care of your dog. So I always schedule in 1 hour basically to go back and forth to my house and walk the dog, which I also use for like cardio, because I take my bike back and forth, because I refuse to basically drive back and forth twice. I know for American people this might sound weird, but here in the Netherlands, we are all about bikes, and that's what I do as well. So I ride my bike back and forth, and then I basically slowly go back to the studio, back to work, and see what I can do from there. But I always make time to walk my dog and take some time, because I think that's important. I've always had dogs, and I've always been used to taking care of the dogs, and I think it's very important to do so. Especially because I got this one from Spain, and for those of you that don't know, in Spain, sometimes people aren't as nice to dogs as they could be. So a lot of times there are some Dutch basically organizations that actually specialize in taking dogs from Spain, moving them to the Netherlands, Belgium, these type of countries, and then seeing if they can find a better home for them there. And that's where I got my dog from. So the whole adopt, don't shop thing kind of applies to me as well. So that's where I got my dog. And I think for me personally, it's one of the best decisions that I always make, because I've always had dogs. Basically, from the moment I was born, I've had dogs, and I can't imagine life without them. So I think it's very important to have one. Well, unless you don't have time for it, but for me personally, it's such an addition to your life, basically. It's so much fun to have a dog. They're also always very happy to see you. They're very nice. They love you. They really do. They always love you. It's no terms and conditions, nothing in particular. They just love you in general. Doesn't matter what you do. All you have to do is just be home. From getting some groceries, get back home, and they still love you. They always do. So that's what I love about dogs, and that's so much fun and so much positive energy comes from a dog. So I love them. So that's why I think that it's important to, when you have one, take good care of it and make more time for it as well. Because as well, the dogs also need some loving, need some time with you, because dogs like spending time with people. Because you're their owner and they like you and they love you. So you need to make sure to spend some time with them, which is why I always schedule in some time in the afternoon. So also for those of you that are looking to get a dog, I would highly recommend seeing if you can find one at a local shelter that you can take care of. Because for me personally, I think that it's so sad basically to get like a whole new batch of dogs, like a whole new bunch of puppies that are like specially bred and all these type of things, when there's some dog basically being all alone in a shelter, not having a home because people don't want him because he's already a bit older, or he has a little bit of baggage, these type of things. And I think it's so sad that there are some dogs that just live in a shelter their whole life because nobody wants them. And I think that that's very sad. So if you have the opportunity to, I would highly recommend going for a shelter dog instead of a bred dog. But that's me personally. So that's my rant for today as well. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you all tomorrow.